Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Collins with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Volunteers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19. And wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Give to the running back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. From the gun, give on the inside. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
To the air, it's Bostic. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. On the run, fires downfield. Makes the grab along the sideline. And they get enough for the 1st down.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the 1st down.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 1st down. It's complete to the left. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Wants to throw on first down. Steps away to find some room. Gets rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Touchdown ball! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Quarterback adapting. He's going to take off. Find some fresh air. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
When they tried to spin it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Shoots it to the left. Complete downfield. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Turns it on down the left side. Running inside the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Tennessee. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the catch at the 30. Slips through the line. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. They'll leave it with him. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a 1st down. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Unloads quickly. Oh, he's got some... Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteer! And they take it in for 6 more points.
But you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And he's going to bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Tigers! He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you can see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Vick. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So here is the Tennessee offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Bostic. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Finds a man by himself. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. He's got the back in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Here's the handoff. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The Volunteers can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Safe completion on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Bostic. Buys a little time with his feet. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass.
He'll take a deep shot here. Touchdown, Clemson! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll move the tight end. Looking downfield, it's Bostic. Quarterback extends the play. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He fires a bullet to the right. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets him up. 1st and 10 from the 36. Quarterback making adjustments. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Shoves back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. They'll move the wide receiver. They want to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Wants to throw. It's Bostic. Got a man. It's Garrison. Open space at the 25. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Here comes the field goal unit. Well, he won't have any problem with the distance, but the angle could be a different story from the left. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36.
We'll take over 1st and 10.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. One more snap coming before halftime. Defense playing a bail technique. Off the play fake on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Man, what a great job by this offense finishing the half. It wasn't perfect. You're still trailing, but now you've cut that lead to a one-score game. Now in the second half, we can come out, make some things happen. We just created some big momentum for this offense. Now we take it into halftime.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
They go to the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
The Vols come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. A run for the quarterback. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays.
There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And the Vols are rolling down the field.
42 Spiders.
They send the tight end in motion. To the ground with the back. Past the first down marker and still running. They finally get him stopped. This veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Might be calling a hot route. Scanning the field, it's Bostic. Looking to scramble. Rolling right and going deep. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The defense did a really nice job on that play, closing in on the intended target. They had 2 guys near that ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Blasted as he lets it go. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
A quick timeout called by the kicking team here.
Timeout, Tennessee.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to buy time. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
The give to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Quickly out to the tight end. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap, and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They believe they can run right here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Punt is in the air. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw, it's Bostic. Forced out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. Working on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And it seems like every time they throw it, it's first down time in Tennessee.
First down time, and then let's go again. Let's throw it again. These offenses are not afraid to throw the football. When you got a trigger man you trust, let it rip.
Looking downfield on first down. The short hands, it's Vick. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Volunteers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They're looking to throw on second and short. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On the move. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Volunteers look to keep this drive humming. Give to the back. Nice move to keep running. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through three quarters for these two guys. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown ball.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense. Not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a two-possession lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Syracuse had an impressive showing at home. And I know the fans inside the dome are ready for hoops. But pay attention to what's happening on the gridiron too, people. A collision between ranked teams always impacts the big picture, fellas. And it appears that's the case again today.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the good news is you got the first down running it there on second and short, but the bad news is you're down by quite a bit here in the fourth quarter, and 2, 3, 4-yard gains aren't going to get it done. You've got to start chucking this thing vertically to get back in the game.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Clemson. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument.
But AJ, bro, I don't know how they keep giving you that shit, bro. I'm calling over the top and they keep giving that shit up. I don't know how, bro. That shit crazy.
A step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, it's busted. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete to the right. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
It's now 2nd down.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. They'll run the screen. Across the 35. Breaks into the open. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The Vols are marching down the field. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Touchdown, Tennessee! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released a pass. It's incomplete.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Going to try to get it himself. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Dances away to buy time. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Release to the back. It's complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Quick release by the QB. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's busted. He caught it! That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating, too.
The offense comes out for what almost certainly will be its final drive late in the fourth quarter. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
To the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's a heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. They would not let him get close. Stopped at the 26. It'll be 4th down. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. The Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Now from inside the red zone. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Clemson jumps to the line. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Unleashes one deep. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He'll get into the end zone for the 2, and now the deficit is 5.
Tennessee, 41, Clemson, 36.